So we're just 5 days away from the Eagles kicking off their 2021 season in the ATL. Yes, that is right. Football is back. We bleed green. I'm super pumped. And today I am going to talk about my official Eagles record prediction for this season, talk about some of the factors that go into it, and ultimately decide where this team will end up this year. Let's talk about it. Perfect. What is going on, everybody? RB here. Welcome back on into Philly Take with RB, where we constantly talk Philadelphia sports. You know what to do. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and hit that notification bell. That way you get all the updates anytime we drop some content or go live. Check out the merch store and consider becoming a channel member today. All information down below in the description. But hold up, can I get a yes, sir, from my Eagles Nation, baby?
Yes, sir.
That is right. The season is back upon us, and there's no feeling like it, man. Getting up on a Sunday, getting ready for an Eagles game. I also wanted to let you guys know that we will be doing a special Eagles post-game show every single week. I'm not talking about a regular post-game show on TV. No filter, man. We're going to have live caller fan reactions immediately after the game. You'll get the best analysis there, so be sure to come out on Sunday. We might even end up doing a pregame live as well, or might just talk about it throughout the week. But the postgame show, tell your friends, mark it down in your calendar. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to hear all your calls and reactions immediately after the game on Sunday. And before we get right into talking about the schedule, let's hear a word from our sponsor, BetQL. Do you want to get an advantage over your sportsbook? Well, if so, BetQL is the perfect app for you. Their best bet model scans over 350,000 unique bets per year to give you the best bet recommendation across all major sports for every single game. They cover spreads, over-unders, player props. You even receive all the news, injury updates, and anything else you need information-wise to succeed on your bets in real time. I started using BetQL a few days ago, and quite honestly, I'm very, very impressed in terms of their sharp analytics and just how deep their information goes. They've already helped me cash in on a few parlays. I'm loving the app. It's helping me take my personal sports betting to the next level. So if you're interested in the same success, go over to the App Store or the Google Play Store right now. Download the app BetQL, and upon purchase at checkout, use promo code RB for 25% off. Again, promo code RB, 25% off. Head down to the description, click the link, and also check out the special BetMGM offer to receive a free year of BetQL. Again, all this information is down below in the description, and thank you to BetQL for partnering on this content. All right, so the Philadelphia Eagles, week 1 going up against ATL. We're going to talk about it all. I promise we're going to look at some of the games. But quite honestly, I just wanted to talk for a second about some of the major factors I think will be heavily included into this season. First and foremost, the injury bug, right? I feel like the last 4 years have absolutely decimated this team. By week 12, we have corners out there who, I don't even know their names, quite honestly. And we've gone through some training sessions. We have to stay healthy this season. That is a major factor. And honestly, it's quite important to see who we have going forward. So I hope we find a way to stay healthy this year. Second off, I think the division games are going to be huge because, quite honestly, here's my hot take, guys. I think the first team in this division to 8 wins takes the division. I value this division as being very bad again for the 3rd straight year. I don't think any team, really has a solid quarterback situation where they can say this guy's going to win me 12 games this year. I just don't see it happening. It's just crazy. It just is. And I think whoever wins these division games this year is really going to come out on top. It's very interesting. And lastly, I just want to say, I don't have Super Bowl expectations for this team. I don't think anybody should. But at the end of the day, it could be a very fun season. I think we're going to be underdogs in a lot of games. We're already underdogs to open up the season. So, I just think at the end of it, this season is about finding who our core is going forward and really seeing, is Jalen Hurts going to be our quarterback of the future? What can Nick Sirianni bring to the table? Is he going to be a solid head coach? And I hope Howie and Jeffrey stay out of his way. And, I just can't wait to see some of the young upside of this, of this talent and these receivers and see, I want Miles Sanders to have a great year, Jalen Hurts. I want to see what these young guys can bring to the table, and really, are they going to be the main structure of this team moving forward? So those are kind of my main points here, and I guess we'll see what happens in terms of this Eagles team. But, I am more excited than I was a couple months ago. I do think this can be a fun season, but, there's definitely some challenges to this season, and I don't want to overrate it at all. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop right into the schedule. All right, so as we see, the Philadelphia Eagles, and I'm going to branch this off a little bit. I've started to think, and like last year, I went game by game. At the end of the day, it doesn't really make a lot of sense because, every week is different. There's going to be guys injured, especially now with the added game as well. There's going to be more injuries. There might be guys out due to COVID. So we can talk in a general sense, but at the end of the day, I don't want to go game by game and try to predict it exactly. Here's what I will say. I will forever be haunted from last year in terms of picking this team to win 11 games. So for once, I'm not going to be overly optimistic until I see the product, with my own two eyes on the field. With that being said, I do think it's crazy how in a retooling year, we could potentially make some noise. So if we look at the first 6 games, right? Atlanta, San Fran, Dallas, KC, Carolina, and Tampa Bay. I think that stretch is going to be brutal, if I'm being completely honest. I think it's going to be brutal, and I think that's going to be where the real test is. Because with a first-time head coach, new coordinators, pretty much new everything. Jalen Hurts, pretty much a first-time quarterback here. It's going to be tough to get acclimated, and there are some tough teams in there. If I'm being completely honest, looking at the fact we have 5 division games in the last 6, whoever made this schedule tried to do the Philadelphia Eagles dirty on this one. I'm just being completely honest. But you know what? It's where we're at. It's what we have, and we'll make the most of it. In my personal opinion, if the Eagles can come out of the first 6 games with 2 wins, I know it sounds crazy. If we can come out of that with 2 wins, I will consider that a huge success. I really will. Some people think we're going to go 4-2, potentially 5-1. I don't even think we go 3-3. I honestly have us about 2-4 in the first 6. With the 2 games that we win probably being San Fran and maybe Carolina. And Atlanta's, it's up in the air for me. I know people think we're going to destroy the Falcons. You know what? I think it's going to be harder than people think. I think it's going to be a challenge. Like I said, first game with a new head coach, quarterback, and all that stuff. And we have a lot of young guys, and we're going to Atlanta, and they always play us tough, man. I think that's going to be tougher than people think. But if we find a way to win that, we're definitely in a good position. San Fran could go either way, but for some reason I feel like we're going to win that. They're coming all the way to Philadelphia, first time back with the full capacity crowd. I think the link is going to be rocking. Carolina is definitely a game I could see us winning as well. In terms of the Cowboys, now, based off my prediction, yes, that means we fall in Jerry World. I think we put up a good fight, but it's just going to be tough, man. However, if Jalen Hurts goes out there and wins a football game and we find a way to win that, I think that will be a huge statement game for this team this season. And that'll be really huge for this team. So I don't see us beating KC, Tampa Bay, and some of the other games could go either way. But I do see us winning 2 of the first 6. And if we do, I think that could be really, really big for this football team. We look into the next 5 games, right? Though there's some games we should definitely win. I think we should take Detroit. I think we should take LA, but in terms of the Saints, I don't know. That could go either way. The Saints are kind of a wild card team in my opinion. Is Jameis going to step up and be that guy? I think the Saints could be really good, or they could end up being really bad this year. I don't know. Vegas, I don't know. It's another team. It's up in the air. A 4:00 game in Las Vegas. The travel schedule, and before that, we play 3 games in 11 days, which is going to be brutal on this Eagles team. But, we'll also have more rest after, which is why I think we could come out and beat Las Vegas. In terms of that stretch, it's crazy. But if we win 2 games, if we win 2 out of those 5, I think we're in good position. I do think we could take 3 of those and have 5 wins after the first 10 weeks. I think that would be ideal, 5-5. But, if we're 4-6, I'm not going to be too mad at it. In my personal opinion. And then we get to the last stretch of the season, right? And we have New York, Washington, Dallas. I mean, this is crazy, man. We play 5 division games in the last 6. I'm not sure if the other division teams are similar, but I would assume so. And in terms of the Jets, we should win that game. Now, I will say, this could honestly be a year, and I've stated this before, where the Eagles win some games that they absolutely should not win, and we could flop some games that we absolutely should win. It could be that kind of year as well. So who knows? But in my personal take, I think the Eagles are going to split evenly across the division. I think we go 3-3, and I think we go 1-1 against each team. Now, if there was a team that I think the Eagles could sweep in the division, it's honestly the New York Giants. And that's because Daniel Jones stinks, and we always play the Giants well. And, you know, if we win that first one in New York, I think we beat them twice. And it's crazy to say, if we win the first one in Dallas in week 3 and make a statement, I think we win both against Dallas. So it's really hard to determine, man. But at the same time, Dallas, unfortunately, as much as it pains me to say, those nauseating Cowboys, you know, that's the team in the division I could see sweeping the Philadelphia Eagles. So, I mean, who knows? Washington will be tough. I think we go 1-1 against Washington. But at the end of the day, you know, if we take 3 or 4 out of the last 6, we take 2 or 3 in that middle pack, and we take, you know, maybe 2 in the first 6 games. Honestly, you know, that puts us right where I think this team's going to be. I think the base and the floor of the Eagles, been saying this, is 6 wins, and I think the ceiling is 9 games. So, actually, you know, at the end of the day, after looking at this and with the added game this year, I'm going to pick the Philadelphia Eagles to win 7 games. I think we go 7-10 this year. For a retooling year where we're trying to look at who we have going forward, the Philadelphia Eagles could be in contention to win this division, because I think the division as a whole is going to be bad. And I'm actually pretty excited to see how these young guys take a step moving forward. But yeah, man, at the end of the day, those are just pretty much my thoughts on the whole thing. I want to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. What is your Eagles record prediction for this season, and what are your record predictions for the division as a whole? Give me all your thoughts. Again, thank you to BetQL for sponsoring this content. Do not miss out on your chance to beat your sportsbook this season. Go down to the description, click the link, and use promo code RB for 25% off of any subscription offering. And be sure to check out the special BetMGM offer as well for a free year of BetQL. With that being said, appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one, man. Peace.
Perfect.